Hello everybody, it's Chris here from 25 Reborn, and today I'd like to share with you all of my experiences about living in Vietnam as Digital Nomad.
I've spent totally 3 months in Vietnam. I started with the middle of the country, Da Nang, city on the coast. Then I moved to the south to the Ho Chi Minh City, former Saigon. And I ended up with the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi. Da Nang was my first destination. That's the third largest city in Vietnam, situated on the coast with an easy access to the beach of Eastern Sea. I wasn't lucky when it comes to the weather. I had the rain most of the time, but still I was able to explore quite a bit. People around Da Nang area are quite open for foreigners, even though the expat community is not that big compared to Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi. During one of my first pub crawls, local people already invited me to their tables, which made me feel very welcomed by them, especially if you don't know anybody. There is a plenty of co-working spaces and coffee shops all over the town with a fast internet, which are suitable for productive work. I would definitely recommend DNC co-working space, which is one of the best co-working space I've ever seen. That's the center of young entrepreneurs, startups and digital nomads. I even spent the Christmas time there together with my Airbnb host, Jenny.
Hello, welcome to Vietnam.
Okay.
Here I tried some crickets, product of the local startup. Time for the gifts. And the dance show. Da Nang became my favorite place in Vietnam, and I would recommend this place as an ultimate destination for our traveling workers. Also, that would be the best alternative for our current digital nomad capital, Chiang Mai in Thailand. Ho Chi Minh City, former Saigon, is the busiest city I've ever seen in my life. Insane traffic, blooming nightlife. You can never be bored here. I was living in the heart of the city, in the famous Bui Vien Street. Imagine the parties 7 days a week. That was quite an experience living in this madness for a month. There is tons of the places to explore throughout the city, endless possibilities to spend your free time. I was here during Vietnamese New Year's Eve, called Tet Holidays. That's the time when the city slowed down a little bit. Vietnamese come back to their hometowns to spend times with their families. Here a couple of shots from the areas outside of the city. I traveled all of these places using just a motorbike. Mekong Delta. These crocs will be killed so you can have your Louis Vuitton purse in Europe. Monkey Islands. American War tunnels. Did I mention about this crazy traffic? If you will decide to move around using a scooter, just be careful. I witnessed 5 accidents, can you believe that? Hanoi, the most traditional city in Vietnam, and also the city I enjoyed the least. I cannot hide my disappointment. Local people are not friendly. Their behavior will remind you that you do not belong here. Okay, not all of them. Hanoi would be one of these cities in Southeast Asia when you can live extremely cheaply. If you are on a tight budget, you might consider this one. In this part of Vietnam, it's common to eat dogs, cats, basically everything what moves. The city itself is quite charming. It has its unique atmosphere. There is a lot of history around this place. The capital of Vietnam has beautiful surroundings. One of the 7 wonders of nature, Ha Long Bay. The views are stunning. That would be one of the most beautiful places I've ever visited in my life. Sapa, area of ethnic groups living in the mountains. I also found some time to play with my hobbies. Here, it's a Viet Muay Thai gym in Hanoi. So let's talk about Vietnam. Where do we start? Corruption. The Vietnam is the most corrupted country I've ever visited, and I believe every official could be bought with the money. Every time you have a problem with the police or anything, just make sure you throw them a couple of dollars, 7, 10, and you're good to go. They magically vanish. Transportation, make sure you have a motorbike around. You can rent it as low as $50 a month. It's the most convenient way to travel across the cities, no matter where you stay. Politics, do not talk with the Vietnamese about politics. The country itself is pretty corrupted. They are not allowed to speak freely about this topic. Currently there is a communist party ruling the entire country, and Vietnamese people hate the government. They love their country, but they hate the government. Just please don't talk about it. I mean, seriously, my friends were spied by the government spies, and it's a real thing, you know. You go on a coffee and you see the spies in the background. It's kind of weird. Food. The food in Vietnam is absolutely amazing. I loved it. That's my favorite food in Asia, and they really have a lot of veggies. That's really cool and healthy stuff there, and it's very affordable. Like the street food you can buy for $1 a meal. It's really good. The cost of living here is very affordable. That's gonna be the most affordable country I have visited in Asia, and accommodation is quite cheap. There is no problem with that. Airbnb, you can stay in hotels, or you can just find and rent the apartment on the Facebook groups. It's really easy to get a short-term accommodation there. Rental cost, it's really low. You're gonna pay maybe $150 to $300. Depends what kind of style of living do you have. I was having the separate. I was sharing the space with the other people. I rented a separate room with a separate bathroom just for myself, and I paid around $200 in every city, starting from Hanoi, Da Nang, Ho Chi Minh City. It's more or less the same. Hanoi would be a bit cheaper when Ho Chi Minh City is gonna be the most expensive. The infrastructure for work is really good. The internet is quite fast, no problem with that. There's plenty of cafes, there's plenty of co-working spaces all over the towns. There's absolutely zero problems with that. When it comes to the people, Da Nang, absolutely my favorite one. The people are very open, very eager to meet new folks. That's all perfect. Ho Chi Minh City, people also very open-minded. Just it's a big buzzing city, you know, all this chaotic, so it's just kind of a lot of people moving around, but it's still not bad. Hanoi, people very traditional. I had a feeling they're kind of scared of me every time I try to make friends with them. It's kind of like, it's very hard. I don't know. Sights, country is beautiful, starting from the very north, ending on the very south. There is a tons of beautiful places to see. When it comes to the safety, I heard a lot of stories about the thieves like taking your stuff, but I didn't encounter any of it. I felt quite secured, so I guess just fine. And if you finally decide to go to the Vietnam, please make your homework. Read about the culture, read about the country. There's a lot of recent history which affected the people. It's just simply gonna make your life easier here. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe my channel. Check out my Instagram for daily content.